Hey, we're back. I got cut off last time. Um, got cut off last time. If you didn't catch it before, all right, we're gonna be quick and then we're just gonna chill for a little bit. What up? We got one watcher in here, so it's just you and me, man or woman. It's just you and I. We're having a conversation here. Maybe it'll be you and I the whole time. It'll be a special moment. The prevalence of talks on the 144,000 is too small. That was the point that I was trying to make in the last video. The idea of 144,000 too small. You guys gotta think bigger than that. Not bigger. Maybe I shouldn't even say bigger. All right, cool. Can you guys hear me? Yes, that's what I'm talking about, as in the children of Israel. What the 144 are, I'm not too worried about. We might get into some of the contradictions if they come up, but mostly, I've been getting an overwhelming feeling that how do I say this? Our prevailing thoughts on spirituality have a lot to do with how they manifest for us in the world. And there's now I'm just spitballing here. I'm not trying to lecture you or say that what I'm saying is absolute truth and you must listen to me, but just having a conversation. It seems like there's a lot of contradictions in the talk of the 144, or even in star seeds or indigo children. Something seems to be out of place. Like I don't mean to criticize any of them, but I do wish to point out how something doesn't feel right. It's almost as if whatever really cool concept that arises, people want to jump onto it because people, even in the spiritual world, people like new. Everyone's looking for the newest thing. Like, what's the newest yoga? What's the newest meditation? What's the newest group of beings being sent to the planet? You know, I mean, like crystal children, and then indigo children, and rainbow warrior, and it's like everyone's. What's the, guaranteed in the next couple years, there's going to be another wave of someone that comes, and it's like, that one's me. I'm that one, and it just feels like we're very quick to consume culture instead of create it. You know what I mean? And if you were getting, like, if I was hearing conversations where people were really being off the wall with how things are manifesting, how things are showing up, starting to get fancy with their ritual work where they're blending science and a meaningful sort of self-concocted practice together. Like, that's the type of shit I want to be hearing. The yogas that were around during the Buddha, Siddhartha Buddha, the spiritual practices from the early 19th century, and like the pagan rituals from the Celtics, 2,000 years ago. It's like everything is to its time. You know what I mean? Every time has its own flavor. Every era has its own vibe. And I feel like we're bringing a lot of the old unnecessary stuff into, I mean, we're tipping the scales into the age of Aquarius now, you know what I mean? So for 2000 years we've been the fish, Pisces, which is I'm guessing why Jesus is the fish, esoterically speaking, because Jesus came in at the beginning of Pisces, the fish. So now that was a whole different genre of the pursuit, we'll call it. 144 joined via Kundalini. So that's another thing. I mean, if you want to see the 144,000 as if like, oh, Keith, it's just code. Like, it's just, you got to look at the code. I'm down for that. The only thing is the code doesn't, like, a code is a pattern, right? In order to decode something, you have to learn the pattern of the world, witness the pattern within that code, so that you can go, oh, that code represents this pattern, that pattern represents this. But the thing with like the 144,000, I'm watching people from all sects of life talk about 144,000. The top 9 symptoms that you could be one of the 144. Like, there's a lot of talk, and the people are from all over the world. Well, the 144,000 were the tribes of Israel, which makes it Jewish. So those are the people, the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel, were the ones who were going to be the 144,000. It's like, you are not Jewish, bro. Like, you don't, or Christian. I guess if you follow the Catholic Bible, then that would still fly. So you're right. But even then, it's like, that was the Christianity, as far as the Old Testament goes, is night and day compared to each other. You know what I mean? Like, the God of the Old Testament was smiting fools left and right. He was dropping bombs on people. He was turning people into pillars of salt. He was coming down face to face, talking to the prophets like, you need to handle your shit. He was like, hey, prophets, you need to sacrifice your son for me, or you're not homies. And he's like, what? I gotta kill my son for you? And he's like, yeah, bro, you gotta kill your son for me. And then he goes to kill his son, and then he ends up, God is like, no, just kidding, don't do it. I just wanted to see if you would do it. I know that you're down to kill your own son for me. Aren't I such a nice God? You don't have to. I'm not asking that of you. I'm just glad that you would have. And then the God of the New Testament, where Jesus comes in, is all love and understanding and an inclusive. Like, it's night and day. It's night and day. My point being, here was what I was getting at. If you want to decode something, you have to have like a solid pattern where it sort of reverberates out into existence, and you can find it doing the same thing every time it comes up. The 144,000 does not seem to be doing the same thing every time it comes up. It's talked about under like crystal star children and or star seeds, and I have no idea what star seeds have to do with the 12 tribes of Israel. I have no idea what star children have to do with Old Testament Jews, is what I'm getting at. Like, that religion could not be any farther from the love and light that we're preaching today. You know what I mean? It's an inconsistency, but there's another word I'm looking, like a distortion. Is a distortion a good word to use? Disharmony, distortion. It's like when I see people talking about that topic under a new age spiritual lens, it's almost like my vision starts to rattle. You guys ever played Assassin's Creed, where you wander outside of where you're supposed to be, and then what's the word? There's a huge word I'm looking for that I can't think of. Oh, looking for a friend. Okay, we'll come back to that. But I think I made the point clear. Was it's easier to just title this 144,000 because it's the one of the bigger topics to talk about, but this goes with everything. You know what I mean? It's not this video isn't just about the 144. It's like every spiritual concept that we did not experience directly ourselves should be questioned, and not questioned because everything you know is wrong. I'm not saying like everything you know is wrong. You forget everything. Like I'm not going to that extreme. But you should question everything that you didn't experience directly when it comes to such things like Star Children, Indigo, 144,000. Um, question it because we want to our belief systems are going to shape our worlds, you guys. Our belief system is going is when done right programmed into the subconscious. And when something is programmed into the subconscious, that's when it starts manifesting. Your conscious mind, your the thoughts that you have, you know what I mean? That's not going to generate for you. It's just thinking, oh, I think I'm rich. I'm thinking about being rich. Like that's not manifesting. You know what I mean? Your whole lifestyle. Like I am. Like I am that I am. Not I think I am that I am. I just am. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? Let those with ears. Let those with ears. Um and what happens when you start questioning your beliefs? A whole bunch of variations of two things happen. If I may be black and white about it. One thing is you realize that that belief didn't serve you. It didn't come from you. It actually came from somewhere that was holding you back. Or maybe it was really useful to you at a time and now is no longer useful. So you can just be like, I thank you, I appreciate that, but I'm moving on up. You're not going to take the same mentality as a regular employee as the manager, right? Or the regional manager. You take on more responsibilities. You have a different way of handling yourself. You have a different you that changes. Um, so you, so that's one thing that can happen. You can realize that it's not for you. Or two, you'll go, actually, you know what? This fucking absolutely is for me. This lifestyle, this belief, this outlook I have on life, it's inspirational, it's sustainable. Most importantly, before I say anything, it's sustainable. It's uplifting, inspirational, it's useful, it's practical. Whatever your values are is sort of what you should be basing this off of. So you when you question your beliefs, if they end up checking out, you believe in them that much more. You become them that much more. You're able to articulate your thoughts and your actions that much more. And when you are more defined in your ways, what does it mean to define? To define means, wait, I know this. To define is to isolate. And to isolate is to manifest. Because the subconscious mind is your gateway to source, right? Source enters to the subconscious, but it's going in every direction in the it is fucking, it's still pure potential in the subconscious. But if it's the dominating factor of the subconscious mind, eventually what happens is it starts to condense and it starts to gain more definition. It is defined more and more and more until it solidifies as a thought, and then as an action, and then, you know, as a product that goes from pure potential to $100 bill, you know what I mean, to a new car, to curing depression, from fixing bad habits, like all of this shit. And when we question, that's the second part. So the first thing is that when you question your beliefs, the first part is you find out you're wrong and you got to get new ones. Or two, you find out that they are useful and, you know, you sort of, you double down on them. And like that's it. It sounds like a lot, but that's only because I tend to ramble. But really it's a, a long walk down the beach at sunset or sunrise, or a long walk in the woods, or a walk downtown on a Thursday night with your headphones in, and you're just in it, and you're just experiencing life as it is. When you sort of quiet down, when you're not worried about too much shit, and you can sort of really filter your emotions, and that point is when you can sort of do the self-evaluation and basically get in a mind frame, get in a contemplated, deep, now moment mind frame. And when you achieve that, most things of this nature are easy to process. When we're at peace, we're at ease, we're super locked into the now moment. But yeah. What up, everyone? Christy Lynn, Pyramid 7. Emancipation from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Whoa. Nice. Perfect timing, Emancipation. That was a perfect timing to that little rant. Jewish. That's funny. Whoa, there's some anger. I'm sensing some anger and animosity in the comment section, you guys. Patty Mayonnaise, what's cracking? That's all, God. Too many people. Too many people are rewriting religion nowadays. That's a good point, Emancipation. That's a good point. I like that. People are. I'm not saying that that's bad. It could be a good thing. Could also be a bad thing. But it is noteworthy to say that people are rewriting religion these days. Why do they call themselves Jewish? Sounds vague. I mean, this isn't a conversation on the 144 and its history or what the Jewish people are. Like, I'm not trying to knock Judaism. I'm just saying the philosophy of that religion when that was written is not at all in harmony with today's modern spirituality, like not at all. So the fact that so many modern day spiritualists are doing videos like how to tell if you're part of the 144,000 tells me that, I'm just going to say it, tell me that there's just a lot of bullshit out there. Meaning people take a concept that they've heard 1,000 times before and they go, that feels good. That's got, that's kind of cool. Everyone else is doing it. It's a cool concept. Like I'd love to be part of the 144. You know what I mean? I'll make some videos on it. Like, I don't think people are actually diving in, on a big enough scale to see if that's even relevant to talk about in today's age is what I'm getting at. And I could even, and not even the 144, I could say Jesus himself. You know what I mean? I could see Jesus himself. We can criticize that if you want. So, okay, Jesus, he's homies, he's all love and light. It's like, why? Well, then why were all of his disciples men? You could argue that one of them was Mary Magdalene on the low, but like, why were they all men? You guys are alchemists. You guys all study here. Nature demands balance. If nature does not have balance, it will find it in whatever way, either subtle or catastrophic. Nature always goes for balance. If I'm trying to put together a team that's going to take over the whole world, I'm at least 50-50, you know what I mean? Maybe, depending. Or more women. Because usually nature favors women. There's more women on the earth than men. Think about a lion pride. There's one male, hella bitches. No, dogs would be hella bitches. So that'd be the wolf pack. What I'm saying is I would try to mimic nature almost in every scenario, because why not? Like, nature's been here for billions of years. It's got a system going. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to mimic it as much as possible. And does that not seem a bit... See, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, we're not thinking in terms of bad. We're thinking in terms of pure frequency. Is there a harmonious resonance between something that we're studying or something that we believe in and actual true goals that we hold? Like the way we want to show up in the world. Like, how do I want to fucking think and feel as I go about my day? So you find that out. I want to be motivated. I want to be well rested. Like, I want to wake up early in the morning and like have a fresh start. I want to feel good after I eat meals and not feel like what do you want to feel? So yeah, like I said, I don't mean to just the one. I picked 144 because it was the most useful. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm just trying. I'm trying to work through all the information. You know, it can be overwhelming. There's so much to study, and there's so many rabbit holes, and I myself find that I read them all not for the sake of believing them, but for the sake of just I want to know the stories. I just for the entertainment of learning about what the Greeks thought and what the Chumash natives thought, how the Aztecs felt, how they lived, what they do, like what kind of shit were they into, like, what were the Druids out in Ireland, like what were they up to, you know? And after a while, it's like we get sucked in and we start, we become programmed. You know what I mean? The content that you consume gets placed into your mind, it gets placed into your subconscious, and it becomes part of your programming, whether you want to or not. Like that whether or not you become programmed is not up to you. What's up to you is what you are becoming programmed with. Some people choose their programs, and some people have their programs chosen for them. And I'm just trying to make sure that me and the squad do our best at designing our own programs. And if we ever get lazy and, you know, we don't want to, like happens in my case all the time, I don't want to study all that shit. Find someone who you trust that does the work for you and fills you in with the information. And then you do your best to sort of embody that in the physical world so that you can anchor it in the physical world. But again, that means the same thing. That's like, all right, you got to make sure that you're rolling with the right people, you know, that that they're not programming you with some boo-boo, because the people, those are the only ones who are programming us. So they are the homies, you know, and the fam. So be mindful, I guess, mostly is what I wanted to hit on. Catching up with the guys' comments. Christina, hello. James, Petty Mayo. Taking advantage of those new to spirituality, ego-based. Yeah, but, or not but, Drea, I meant to say, and that's been happening forever. No matter if it's, there were charlatans in Jesus's age, in ancient Egypt. I'm sure there were charlatans in Sumeria digging around, you know what I mean? There will always be charlatans. It's just different versions. We're just biomimicking. Yes, well said, Patty. Well said, Patty Mayo. Richie Breathe. I'm so stoked you made it. That's funny. When I said make sure you guys surround yourself with like people who you trust to give you good info, I was thinking, I was like Richie. Like Richie's someone I can rely on to be a real straight shooter when it comes to things in this world, and I really appreciate that. And and you happen to be here. Nice. Thanks for tuning in, Richie. Agent Smith, is he here? I don't think I saw his name pop up. Well, he'll be watching this eventually, I think. So what up, Agent Smith? Aaron Elizabeth, hello. 369, nice, well played. Hello from Southern California, Aaron. Shills and shoot, yeah. Jared Dops, yeah, I try to keep the vibes high. I've been trying to work on my humbleness lately and my chillness. If anyone gets carried away, it's your boy Keith over here. So I'm glad that the vibes are staying on point. But the thing that I fear most is because I get so animated when I talk about these things that people take it the wrong way, and they're like, yeah, what's up with the Jews? They just want to take over the world. Or like, yeah, religions suck, man. They're all the devil. And like, it's like, whoa. I feel you. But it's What I'm trying to steer the conversation towards are useful. Like, it's not useful to just shit on people, even if they deserve to be shit on. It's not necessary. It feels good. You know, we get some satisfaction shitting on people that deserve it, or sometimes that don't deserve it. Like, I get that part. And I used to be that way a lot. Still am that way. But like I said, I'm working more towards, okay, that doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Can I explain the mechanics of how that doesn't work so that I can sort of get people out of the judgment and more in the, oh, okay, it's because that and that and then that and that. It's like, yeah, so just move forward. Find something that's more useful than what you were dealing with. Because when we start hating on people, we if you could close your eyes and imagine this tether, this energetic tether, you look at something, you talk shit on it, and you're like, fuck those guys suck, they're ruining it, can't believe they're like that. Like, every little piece that you put into that, you're just throwing these little energetic lassos, snap, and you're like, you're just tying yourself down to that, tying yourself down to that, you're tying yourself down to that, and you're like, you can see it in the people that complain a lot. They can be in a perfect mood and they complain about one thing, and then they're dragged in deeper, and they're just all of a sudden fucking complaining about everything. And you're like, yo, chill out. Like, the thing, what other people are doing has nothing to do. Like, just leave them alone. Like, worry on your shit. And that happens on all levels, though. That sort of corresponding element. We become what we dwell on most. Like I said earlier, you can't overcome that. You can't overcome the programming of your subconscious mind. The choice you have is what is going into that subconscious mind. And yeah, that's I hope that's what you guys are getting out of this. All of my videos, I guess, in that point, are not to talk shit about something, but to just see the mechanics of things, you know, to just see the mechanic, to see how things feel in reference to your actual beliefs and not someone else's beliefs, because who knows where the feelings are coming from. So empaths deal with that shit a lot, where it's like, are your feelings coming from you, or are they coming from someone else? Like, is it just someone else in the room, or did you have a conversation that was weird and it kind of stuck with you? It's like, well, where are the emotions coming from? It's like, emotions are real. What you're feeling is real, but it's tricky at the same time. So, yeah. Plus, it keeps the animosity down, because the last thing I want are people fighting with each other over dumb shit online. Ooh, 2 of Swords, Lord of Peace restored. I got the urge to look at my deck, and Libra. See, little Libra. That's what I like about these hermetic symbols, is they slip in little, like, low-key coded symbology, and they got Libra on top of this. For peace restored. For peace restored. Trinati. Grand evening. Absolute grand evening, sunshine goddess. 2 polarities. They turn into division and duality. Yes, Patty. We will see it and feel it before. Yeah, numerology does speak stories. I'm with you on that, partner. Rise above the dweller. Hey, Patty, you been reading the Emerald Tablets? Should we read a chapter out of the Emerald Tablets? I feel like that would be a fun thing to do right now. Just for the hell of it, just to bring them back, for the old times. Someone asked for help. Did we help them already? Where are we at? Sorry, I'm reading your guys' comments right now. Nope, you missed it. You must have missed it. Do you guys have any other questions? Do you have anything you want to share? Is there anything important that you want to get off your chests? Speak now, forever hold your peace. think there's a mouse in the garage. Oh, we could read a chapter out of, do you guys want to read a chapter out of 7 Pillars? You want to? All right, let's see if I still have the copy on my book. All right, I'm gonna go get the book. Ouch. Ah. Restart the vid by candlelight. Maybe we should do that then. It's already 11 o'clock, but we can run it for another hour. Okay, should we do that? Dab rig, yep. Oh, that's right. I moved out. That's not a dab rig. That's a lamp, you guys. It's a vase. I put little plants in here, and that's so that they can get oxygen down to the root on that side, because if the water doesn't stay oxygenated, you get root rot. So this is the air chamber. Good thing that it's got double barrel on it. All right, let's end it, and then we'll do a little live reading of my book, 7 Pillars, Handbook for Existence. You guys down? All right, I'm just like the video. Everyone like the video real quick right now. Appreciate that we have 11 likes and 1 dislike though, because that's 111. I like it. So everyone smash on the like button. I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna start another video. We're gonna do a live reading by candlelight. See you in a sec.